and this will be the 4th year that I've had this opportunity, and it's always interesting to look back at the previous year's information and see how it has changed each year. You're always interested in this slide. Seems like everybody wants to know how many buildings, how many houses, how many businesses, how many whatever. It was interesting that last year when I brought up this Best of Cities award, we were rated number 3, and this year we're rated number 1. Best, thank you, well, and thank you people who helped this make this happen, but it's interesting. The businesses that are coming into town, Renan told me, you can see here, new business licenses sold it last year was 298. I don't know why we didn't do 2 more and that make it 300. It's like when we built the runway at the airport, why we didn't go the longer than St. George's, I don't know. And by 10 more feet. So we got that, and she told me that there was 40 in the month of January alone. So I'm sure it is a place where people want to do business, and you can start from up and down the roads and kind of see how that all comes about. I can't talk about all the businesses in town because that are starting up and the new buildings and all the things, because surely not only would it take all day, but I'd leave somebody out and be really sad and embarrassed for it. Last year I showed you a picture of a hotel that was gonna come downtown, and we looked at that picture on the left and we went, oh, another motel. And then we drive down Main Street today, and this picture, we flew a drone over that thing the other day, and this picture was taken. But I wanna say that those cars at the top of that picture are not on the roof of that motel. But isn't that really amazing? And we see that, but and we're glad for that, and we honor Steve Nelson and Joe Burgess and the Burgess clan for their vision and their entrepreneurial spirit to bring that to Cedar City, and it really is a very unique location that will support our Shakespearean Festival extremely well, and downtown, and it continues to make downtown vibrant. And as you drive up and down the road, you see buildings. I don't even know what's going in all of them. They come through, they meet all the rules and regulations, and the building department just takes care of things, and I appreciate that. And then I ask them sometimes, what is that building? And they tell me, and I say, I guess I ought to know, I'm the mayor. Y'all are aware that there's an interchange coming at the south end, and it's a mess, and we know that, and it needs to be done. This is not exactly the way I want it to happen, but it's gonna be one of the big spooies like they have St. George and up north. I'm glad to be as good as St. George. They call it a 6-lane spooey. Maybe they have other names for it. It will be one of those where you'll pass over or under in the middle of it. Like you see up north, a couple of lanes going each direction, and they work extremely well. It ought to work fine for about, I don't know, a year. But that's gonna be there. You know, I almost don't dare put this up. This next slide. We all are aware of the Maverick coming in down on 200 North, and we're all going, what in the world are we gonna do with the traffic on that interchange? And gypsum trucks and you name it down there, and how are we gonna make left turns? How are we gonna make a left turn onto 200 North? How are we gonna make a left turn onto Main Street? How are we gonna make a left turn anywhere? And a suggestion was made, and I carried the ball on it, said we ought to look at a roundabout. Well, lo and behold, the DOT is looking at a roundabout. Now, I don't like this picture, because I think that circle in the middle of it is too big. But that's a 200-foot circle, and we're hoping that can be brought down to maybe 180 or even 160-foot circle, and maybe we won't have to lose so much of our city park. We hope we're going. But I asked them the other day in a meeting, is it all right if I bring this to you today? And they said, yeah, go ahead. We just as well start hearing the vibes about it. But that is, I like the idea, I like roundabouts, but I lived 3.5 years in England, so of course I like roundabouts. I think a lot of people like them, a lot of people hate them. If they build it, we'll all learn how to work it. We've done a lot with parks, and there are other transportation issues that we're working on, including First Beats, but we're also been working on some parks. This is the rendition that the city council approved here a few weeks ago for the Fiddler's Canyon Park. That is Nichols Canyon Road there at the very bottom of the screen. It's the south side of the big ditch. It's a small park. There's a lot more park coming. You can see that the outdoor center is almost as big as the park, and that's kind of an add-on, but we're going to get that park built out there as promised. We continue. We'll have soccer fields ready by fall out at Iron West, and of course the improvements that are happening at Discovery Park and also in the East Canyon Park. We've really put a lot of emphasis on parks that last year, this year, and into the future. Now, no talk from me would ever be complete without talking about water. We have two problems. First of all, we don't have enough water coming out of the sky, right? Unbelievably not enough water coming out of the sky. And second of all, we need more water coming out of the ground, but we can't keep taking it out of the ground in the same old places. This is an interesting one. People say, well, you're not relying on rivers and streams like other people do that are gonna be low this year. You take it out of the ground and there's plentiful supply. In 1967, they said, when I was young, or 65 or 66, I say 67. That's when I graduated from high school. They told us that they had water out at a new place called Quichapa, and it was 16,000 years old. It was wonderful quality, and there was an unlimited supply. Well, they were right on two of them, but they were not right about the unlimited supply. And so it is necessary for Cedar City to look beyond. So when we talk about the state of the city is in dire needs. I appreciate the previous council who bought $35 million worth of water. And we put that, it's old water, much of it in Basin 73, some of it in Basin 71. We put that in our portfolio, and we've got if you think of two buckets, one of them full of paper and the other one full of water. The one that gets the paper got a big bunch more paper in it, and we're very happy about that. And it has helped us tremendously with what we used to all talk about all the time, the groundwater management plan. But the water bucket is in dire need of more water. And I don't know how we keep building and expanding and growing like we are without finding new water. Now I have four-step plan. We've been working on it for literally 4 years now. The first step, and it is underway, is to use better the wastewater treatment plant water. We're all generous and flush the toilet. Keep doing it, it's no problem. It's what we need to do. And taking showers, but in a very short time, we hope, we'll collect that water down there and bring it back and water grass with it. Now that's the dream. The plant is being built as we speak that takes our water from type 2 to type 1 effluent. And with that water, we need to pipe it. Cedar City, Paul Monroe's working, trying to rally up the do-re-mi so we can get the pipeline to bring it to Cedar City. We can pump it, bring it to Cedar City, and we can put it in our system to water the ball fields, the high school, the university, the cemetery, the golf course. We need to use the water in the summer months, especially to water our grass, and that will be a great blessing. Right now, much of that is being done with Cedar City culinary water. Second of all, we need to explore new avenues, and we're exploring in the north. The city has approved, the council's approved 3 new wells in the north, exploratory wells, pilot wells, to see what there is down there in Mud Springs and around Rush Lake Ranch. We need to look carefully all over the north. We need to create a water program from the north out at Rush Lake and Mud Springs. We need to look deeper at Martin's Flat, and we need to work to the west in conjunction with the district for a well that's gonna be out in Iron Springs. And they're building a new water tank, and they're generous, gonna help us with that, and we're gonna be able to put our water in it. We're gonna build some pump houses, out there, and, along 56, and we're gonna bring the water to town. Now, those are the 4 steps: east, north, west, and the wastewater treatment plant. That's what we're working on. It's a great city to live in. Everyone wants to live here. It's a great place to do business, and we need more water. Thank you very much.